Today I'm going to show you how to make some stir-fried pilau rice with some smoked haddock. It's kind of a Kedgeree type thing, using leftover rice, some fresh haddock and a few store cupboard essentials. The first thing I'm going to do is poach the smoked haddock. This is a lovely piece that I bought from Freedom Air in Broadstairs. So I'm going to put the pan on. I'm going to add a couple of bay leaves and a few peppercorns, and then I'm going to poach the haddock. As soon as it starts to simmer, I'll switch the pan off and put the lid in so it just cooks very gently, and then we remove it from the pan once it's cooled and we can flake it up, and then the poaching liquor, once it's been strained, can be cooled and put in the freezer to use as fish stock at a later date. Putting the haddock in the pan, it should just about fit in. Obviously it's better if you've got a bigger pan, but I haven't, so. While the haddock poaches, I'm going to boil a couple of eggs. If you're doing hard-boiled eggs, it's important to put them into cold water and give them between 6 and 7 minutes, depending on how hard-boiled you like your eggs. So the eggs are ready now, and I'm going to just run them through cold water, and then they're left in the pan in cold water for exactly 12 minutes, and that stops them going grey around the outside. These eggs have had 12 minutes of cooling, so now I can shell them. So I'm taking the haddock off the skin. It's easier to do when it's been poached. It's just been poached very gently, but you can see beautiful flakes. That's just cooked. That's perfect. That's how it should be. So I'm flaking this up. This is how easy it comes off. So I've got here some leftover pilau rice from Indian takeaway we had last night, which I'm using. That's been in the fridge, so that's cold. We also had a bit of onion chutney left over as well from our poppadoms last night. So I'm going to add that to a pan with some coconut oil, but you can use any oil. So we'll go from there. I'm going to put the pan on and add a spoon of coconut oil to the pan. Turn the heat down a bit, and I'm going to add the onion, and this is going to cook off. We don't want the onion to brown, we just want it to sweat. So I'm going to add a little bit of sea salt. I'm going to add some curry powder. I've got some mild Madras curry powder here. So I'm just going to add about a teaspoon or 2 of that. And I'm also going to add a little bit of turmeric as well. That's all you need. We're going to fry these spices up really well, so we've got different layers of flavour. I'm going to add a few curry leaves. I couldn't get fresh on the Isle of Thanet, so I'm using some dried ones, which came from a shop in Harrow when Dan was tuning. I'm adding 2 garlic cloves and 1 homegrown chilli. I do this to release the oils, and I like quite hot food, so I'm chopping this up with the seeds in. I want to add a little bit of greenery as well, It makes it more nutritious. I like broccoli, so I'm just going to add a few broccoli spears and a bit of the stalk. I'm going to chop it up quite finely because it's a Kedgeree. Nothing is in large pieces, it's all bite size. This goes into the pan raw. It won't take many minutes to cook, probably just a few minutes. You still want a little bit of texture and bite. I'm now adding the pilau rice, and that will cook off for a few minutes. Stir that round. And while this cooks off, I'm going to make up a mint raita. This is dead easy. Just add a couple of spoons of natural yoghurt. And a squeeze of mint sauce. And stir it up. This is cooking away nicely. I would normally add some fresh coriander at the end, but alas, I couldn't get any. So I'm putting a bit of dried coriander in now. And I'll stir that in. And then I'm going to chop up a few cherry tomatoes that I have left, and I'll add those, and then we'll flake in the fish. And I'll stir this round and let it cook for a couple of minutes until it's piping hot. I'm going to taste for seasoning. I'm just going to add a little bit of pepper. I'm just going to add a drop of lemon. Put some hard-boiled egg. And some raita. And a few poppadoms. So there we have it. My makeshift Kedgeree with leftover pilau rice, some smoked haddock, boiled egg and some poppadoms.